I'm not gonna lie. Right before I started recording it, I got this text message, and it's like, 1 cup a day can make you lose 55 pounds. I just random number just text me. I have a couple problems with that. One, why are strangers texting me during English class? Two, what do they want me to drink a cup of? It's like 1 cup before bed. What am I drinking a cup of? And three, I'm already 100 pounds. You want me to cut my body weight in half, essentially? I mean, anyway, I'm putting way too much thought into it. So, welcome back to another video, and as you can tell, I'm choosing to make terrible life decisions over practical, smart one, because I, could be, like, rereading a session for a history quiz. But you see, that doesn't sound nearly as interesting as making a YouTube video, so, we're going with the YouTube video approach. Okay, so, this is Taylor Swift Red, the 4th album I've done, and this album needs some work. Okay, it's the first ever Taylor Swift album I owned and listened to, and so when I was ready to listen to it, I'm like, this is gonna be super, super awesome. It's gonna be like so nostalgic. Yeah, I remember why I only barely listened to this thing twice, 3 times. We'll get into it. So at the bottom, getting straight into we have The Moment I Knew, and I'm not gonna lie, I ranked these at 5:30 on a Saturday, and it's 11 o'clock on a Monday, and if I can't even remember what this song is about, then you have serious issues writing a song. Songs that would be memorable or get stuck in your head, either for a good reason or a bad reason. If you can't remember, that's pretty bad. I mean, it's been less than 48 hours since I listened to this. But I remember I put all the slow songs, the really slow song, the boring song. So I'm going to assume this is a slow and boring song, but I didn't even want to listen to. Moving on to 18, we have The Lucky One, and I do remember this one, and I remember it was complete garbage. The lyrics make no sense to me. Just listening to them, it's like, what am I listening to? And I never want to hear this song again. Never again. Now we have Sad, Beautiful, and Tragic, which would describe this album to a T. I mean, there's some sad songs, there's some beautiful songs, and overall this album is tragic. Pretty tragic, but it's a bit bad. I remember it's another one of those slow songs, and that's all I got in it. A thing on the slow song, they're not for me. I know I'm not this teenage girl that can relate to having my heart broken or whatever she sings about. So I'm in the minority when she sings about this stuff. But at least make it a catchy song if you're gonna sing about it. Make it something that I actually want to listen to. A song I don't want to listen to is Treacherous, and I do remember this one, and she's just sitting there playing her guitar with the most boring guitar chords, like acoustic guitar chord that you can use. Oh my god, it was like 5 minutes of boredom. Oh. Next, my favorite number, we got I Almost Do, and it's not the worst song. Well, I mean, it's above Forever songs, so that's obvious. But, no. Do I even want to say it's a nice song? It's a song. We'll go with that. It's a song. And what else nice thing can I say about this song? I'm struggling to come up with a nice thing to say about this song. Yeah. Then we have Begin Again. Another slow song. I think you're getting a theme here. What, 14 through 19 here are slow methodical songs that I don't want to listen to, because I don't like slow songs. I like upbeat tempo songs with they don't even have to have a guitar or a keyboard. They just need to be interesting, somewhat compelling. Anyway, so that explains Begin Again. It's a song. Then we got Come Back, Be Here. I'm not gonna lie, I got nothing for this song. I never a dang thing. I think that's a bad thing if I don't remember it. Well, sort of. It's a good thing that this thing isn't stuck in my head, like Begin Again, or I Almost Do. But it's super bad. And no, I was not gonna sit here for half an hour listening, trying to get all these back in my head. And honestly, some of these sometimes blend together. Like, there was multiple times when I was ranking these, I had to listen to one, and then I'm like, isn't it that other song? And then pull up the other one, and I'm like, no, but I'm like, this other one. It's very complicated. But this, I got nothing to say about this song. Now we have Holy Ground. I do have something to say about this song. One, it tried to, okay, so the first, would that be like 2 measures? 3 measures, I think. You have like the drum in the background behind the lyrics, and that's the only thing I was able to focus on. And then the drum cuts out, and you just have her voice, right? And you're like, okay, good enough. And then the bridge, or like the second chorus, it's the weirdest thing. It's like you know how you have a drop beat. That's where like you either have a singer or the guitar, and then it just cuts away and it's just drums, or like a keyboard just takes over and it's just that just the instrument. So that happened here, but wasn't even inspirational. It was like boom, 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 and so it had that for the drum, and it did that for like 2 measures, and then it added in like a second drum beat or something behind it, and I'm like, what am I listening to? It was so bad. And there's a proper way to do, like, if you just want to do instrumental, look at Blinding Lights. Super catchy. You know that part, it was like, when he's not singing. That part is super catchy. Or American Idiot. In the bridge, you just have the guitar rip, but if you pay close enough attention, it's not just guitar noise. It's the lyrics of the song, but they're just not singing it, and they sort of speed it up. I think it's genius. But no, this song, no. It really took me out of it when I heard those drum beats in the middle of it. And then how it started with the drum beats at the beginning, and then we're just kind of like, oh, we're just going to take away the drum beats, like, out of nowhere. Okay, just outside the top 10, I don't know if it's a good thing or bad thing, we got Girl at Home. Yeah, this song. Again, I remember a dang thing, and it was 48 hours ago. Less than that, actually. So that's a testament of how unforgettable, in a bad way, or technically forgettable. Unforgettable is when you can't. So a testament of how forgettable this song is. And this song isn't going to be, blasted on radios. I don't know, when did this album come out? Like 2008? 12? Something like that. But no, these songs don't hold up in 2021. Or any year, honestly. I mean, I'll get to that more at the end. But honestly, I can't make any comments on Girl at Home. Okay, now we have Red, the title of the album, but it's the second track on it. Even though shouldn't it be the first and just like the tops on it? Anyway, you think that out. So Red, I sort of had to put in the top 10. I mean, it's Red. I mean, it's not the worst song. I honestly like it a lot more than a lot of these songs I thought I would. It's not going to be like a song you just pull up But I mean, if I'm hanging out with my friend Gabby and she's like, "Yo, you want to listen to Red?" Like the song, not the entire album. Well, if you want to listen to the whole album, I'm just gonna get up and just walk out walk off campus and into the middle of the street, and bad things will happen. Um, if I ever have to listen to this album again. But if she wanted to be like, hey, you want to listen to this song? I'm like, sure, I'll listen to it because I'm your friend. Okay, now we have State of Grace, which people say is underrated. I feel like people say it's underrated because if you've grown up with it, then yeah, it would be nostalgic, but I did not. So, I get State of Grace and Red mixed up for some reason. I mean, they're back to back on the album, the first and the second song, and but anyway, I just like this one more than Red, and it's actually more memorable, I guess. So, number 8, we have Stay, Stay, Stay. This song is annoying as frick. Not hate it. Dislike it with a passion. Almost to that hate tier. The reason it's up here so high, because I'd rather be annoyed by Stay, Stay, Stay than listen to a song like Treacherous, or I Almost Do, or Holy Ground. Because, oh my god, if I had to... okay, I don't like this song. A little repetitive. The only part that I like is, the Stay, Stay, Stay part. And it just... No, this song that I don't connect with this song. I'm not a girl wanting to get back with someone. Or anyone, because no one wants to get back with me, but or get with me in general, women get back. But this song, most annoying. I thought someone just walked in. Okay, so 7, we have 22. If there were 22 songs, they would be at the 22nd position. Honestly, this song has not aged well. I'm not gonna lie. I remember this song used to be popular, and people used to play it all the time, and now where'd this song go? It's like her voice, like you can tell it's auto-tuned to a degree, and it's like pitched really weird, and her voice sometimes gets annoying if you listen to it long enough. But the best part of this song is at the end when she just falls into the swimming pool when she gets done singing this song. Yeah, in the music video, she just falls into the swimming pool. That's the best part of the song. But I mean, okay, there's some good lyrics. It's somewhat catchy. Yeah, when I turn 22, I'm gonna be singing this. Like it more than State Day today. Okay, 6, we have All Too Well. This is a good song. I actually heard somewhere that this was supposed to be a 15-minute song before she trimmed it down to 5. And I think 5 is still way too long. A lot of these songs are way too long. I'm going to come back to this at the end, so I'll just touch on it now and come back at the end. But do every single one of these songs have to be somewhere between 4 and 5.5 minutes talking about her depressing love life? No, they don't. No, they don't. I mean, the All Too Well part is iconic. I mean, it's a good. It's that the good, like the chorus part is still good. I didn't remember any of the ever part of the song. But yeah. Into the top 5 now, we have The Last Time with Taylor Swift and Gary Lightbody. Who was Gary Lightbody? I touched Gabby, the biggest Taylor Swift fan I know. I'm like, who is Gary Lightbody? And she's like, who? So I Googled him. Not Googled, Siri'd him. And she came back with nothing. But, this song, anyway. I like it. I like it. I remember one of the few songs I remember the first time I listened to this thing. Why am I thinking of red when I'm thinking of? I'll explain that in a second. So how do I even say this? Like, it's. I don't want to say it should be played more because it definitely shouldn't. It should be buried. Like, what radio went to play a 5-minute love breakup, whatever song, Taylor Swift, when she has so many better songs? That's how I feel in this song. Way too long. Okay, now we have Starlight, and what I was thinking of before, I was thinking of Starlight, and then somehow Red popped into my head, and then I don't even know. I just have a bunch of Taylor Swift songs going through my head. But Starlight, I have to say, the most underrated song on this album. Of course, you know about the last time, All Too Well, 22. You know about those going into it, and then you have I Knew You Were Trouble, We're Never Getting Back Together. Yeah, the popular one, but no one, I feel like, maybe back then when this album came out, no one talks about Starlight. And, let me just say this. This is the weakest top 5 I've ever seen. Starlight is not a top 5 song, but just because it's on this album, it's a top 5. I'll circle back to this in a few minutes once we get through the top 3. And number 3, we have Everything Has Changed. Yay, my nose went to be stuffy. We have Everything Has Changed with Ed Sheeran this time, and this song still super catchy. I still like it a lot. It like, how do I even say this? They were like Edge and Taylor voices. They just work really well together, and it's still a good song. I want to say it's underrated because like I think enough people know about it. And fun fact, I embarrassed myself singing this song in a previous video, like back in 2018. If you want to find it and me absolutely embarrassing the heck out of myself, go ahead. Trust me, it is bad. If you want bad singing, oh my god. You thought that Avril Lavigne song I did was bad? That was me trying to be good. And that Taylor Swift one, I was just not even practicing. I'm like, well, here we go. It was awful. But back to this song. I still listen to it. It's still a good song. The runner up for this one, we have I Knew You Were Trouble. Yeah, this came out in like 2012. This is her 2012 album, isn't it? But if I knew, well, actually, I was gonna say if I knew my exes were trouble, I never would have dated them. But that brings up the question: if you knew they were trouble when they walked in, why did you date them? You were trouble. I'm mine on the cold hard ground. Oh, but why would you? Taylor, you are the dumbest singer I've ever met. I'm sure I've never met. If I met Taylor Swift, I would not say that to her face, by the way. I feel like, I don't know. I was gonna say someone's gonna, like, clip me saying that, and then it's gonna show up on Twitter one day when I'm, 15 years, when I'm a famous YouTuber, like, oh, T Spears, hey, Taylor Swift. And it totally be taken out of context. And I'm like, well, there goes my career. But, and then number 1, We're Never Getting Back Together. These songs are really, really close. The only reason I have We're Never Getting Back Together is because I didn't know which one I wanted to put higher. And I looked at a different ranking, for 2012, I'm doing, my top 10 on, and I have We're Never Getting Back Together higher than I Knew You Were Trouble. So I decided to keep it consistent, just like, what was it? I had In Game and Gorgeous in 2017, my 2017 ranking. And so I just had to keep it consistent with keeping Endgame over gorgeous. So I just had to keep it consistent as well. We're never getting back together over I Knew Your Trouble. And I mean, this is still a good song. I just pull it up from time to time, but it's a okay song. Like I said, this is the weakest top 5 possible. And to prove my point, like, I'm gonna pull up my other top 5 real quick, because I had them right here. Okay, so we had... So number 1, we had Bad Blood, which is, super good. Blank Space, super good. Wonderland, underrated. Out of the Wood, it's okay. And New Romantic. Really? And New Romantic. And then, so that's for 1989. I mean, all those are good songs to some degree. I mean, if I played any of them, people would be like, oh, okay, that's a good Taylor Swift song. And then you have Refutation, and you got Endgame, good, gorgeous, the underrated one, Ready for It, a little overplayed, Getaway Car, which I didn't even know existed, and then Look What You Made Me Do, which is like one of the best songs on that album. Hi. Oh, that's just my dog, isn't it? So, what are you doing?
Yes, Mom. I got a question.
Yes, Mom.
Before it turns to leave, do you want your fan on without the light, or are you good?
I'm good. I turned the fan off. I got cold.
Okay. I mean, I just want us to have the light on all day when we just wanted a fan. So do you need anything before he leaves?
No, I'm good.
Okay. Okay, I'm closing your door back.
Okay, thanks, Mom. Thanks, Mom. So anyway, those songs from Reputation, some are iconic, some are good. And then you go to Lever, and you have Cornelia Street, which good. Me, the really good one. The Man, everyone knows it. Death by a Thousand Cuts, the underrated one. And Cruel Summer, which I personally like. But then you go to Red, and it's like, what happened? It's like it fell off the side of flat earth. It's like, we're never getting back together. Shouldn't be a top 5 song. It wouldn't be a top 5 song on Reputation. Yeah, it would not be a top 5 song on Reputation. I Knew You Were Trouble. Everything Had Changed is a good song, but Starlight and The Last Time should be nowhere near the top 5 for any song ranking. And then this album, as a whole, it took me forever to get through it, because no one likes this. No one liked these songs. Okay, that's a little hush, but it's the truth. How many times have you heard someone play Holy Ground or The Lucky One on the radio? Like, you're just in your car with the radio on, it's like, here's The Holy One by Taylor. No, The Holy One? That's when you mix 2 songs together. Holy Ground by Taylor Swift. Never. No, this is not 2012. These songs do not have a life. And I totally get it. Taylor is a really good songwriter. And she writes about her personal experiences. And if you want to really write about your personal experiences on an album, great. But it's not your popular songs. No one's gonna listen to them. They're gonna listen to Shake It Off. They're gonna listen to Red. Not Red, actually. They're gonna listen to The Man, Me, Look What You Made Me Do, your actual popular song, Blank Space, Bad Blood, and then just like, but like, what are these songs? Just dumpster fire. And then 2 Problems. All Too Well. Okay, I wrote this in my notes, and then it started happening over and over again. It's a good song, okay? A lot of these are good songs. They don't need to be 5.5 like 4.5 to 5.5 minutes long, talking about your depressing and sad love life, how you broke up with this guy, or this guy left you, or you have feeling for this person, and maybe I can't relate because I'm a guy who don't have feeling for other guys, and I don't know how to put it into lyrical form, but, I mean, no one wants to listen to this. No one wants to listen to this. I mean, if I've asked my friend Gabby, the biggest Taylor Swift fan I know, I'm pretty sure she's not gonna be like, oh, hey, my favorite Taylor Swift song from this album is Sad, Beautiful, Tragic. And I'm like, yeah, we're not friends. But what are these songs anymore? What are these songs? They don't need, and they're super, the thing is that not even are they 4.5 minutes long, or 5 minutes long. Not only can I not relate with them, maybe because I'm a guy, maybe because I have I'm gonna say terrible dating life, but I just can't get a relationship, but not because I've dated horrible people. And then, the songs are super slow. Okay, some of them are on acoustic guitar. Some of them some of them are on acoustic guitar, like Begin Again or Treacherous. Some of them are on keyboard. I can't come up with an example for that one. Some of them have really bad auto-tune. Or, like, the vocals have not held up well in 9 years. Like, 22, as an example. And then some just have, like, the weirdest lyrics ever, like, The Lucky One. Or the weirdest drops, like, oh my God, Holy Ground. What is it anymore? What is with this, I don't get it. But, I mean, if we're just going over the total thing of how I how I ranked them is, I Knew You Were Trouble and We're Never Getting Back Together a 10. I guess that was more just nostalgic. I mean, 2012, what was I, 10 years old? Sort of, not want to say grew up, but when I started remembering songs, I remember them. I remember, like, sitting in my grandma's living room, well, technically great aunt or whatever, living room with one of my cousins, pulling up those two songs on the computer, listening to them, and we thought, oh, this is so good. And then I gave everything had changed a 9, and Starlight I gave a 9 for some reason. Maybe it's better than, like, I was already fading on me 24 hours later, like 48 hours later. And then I gave All Too Well an 8. I also gave 22 an 8. 22 I guess more nostalgic, I guess. It's a okay song, and All Too Well. I literally wrote in my notes, it would get a 10. It's a good song. Don't be so long. Don't be so boring. Okay. No One got a 7. State of Grace, The Last Time, both got a 6 with a score of 5. We got Treacherous, we got Red, we got I Almost Do, we got Holy Ground, we got Begin Again, all with a score of 5. We got Stay with a 4, the most annoying song on this album. We got Girl at Home, Come Back, Be Here with a 4. We got The Lucky One with a 3. No song has ever gotten a 3. And Sad, Beautiful, Tragic got a 2. When you're getting 2s on my ranking, The Moment I Knew. Yeah, that got a 2 as well. What did I just type in? How did I end up here? Okay, yeah, I was 19th. It was at the bottom. Okay, The Moment I Knew. I was making sure I didn't forget it. Which brings the total to 110 out of 190. So, 19 songs, total of 10 points, 190. So 110 of them, what I got, that's a 58%. It got an F. And this album deserves an F. It is that bad. I mean, what? I think the highest is 72. 1989, I think, had the highest? Not 72, 72 or 67 or something like that. Reputation would have the highest one, but there's too many songs on it, and it sort of brought down the score. But, I mean, I could say a good 15 out of 18 songs on Reputation I'd rather listen to than any of these 19 songs on this album. I mean, I would only listen to the top 3. Everything Has Changed, We're Never Getting Back Together, and I Knew You Were Trouble. These are the only 3 I would subconsciously want to listen to. None of the others I want to listen to. Maybe 22 from time to time, but that's about it. This album is very disappointing. For the first album I ever owned, very disappointing. And I'm ashamed that this had to happen. Why did this have to happen to my good buddy old pal Red? I mean, when did I get this? 17? Did I get this for my birthday or a Christmas gift? I don't know, but it was a gift. And I just feel so bad now, because I'm like, I guess, younger OT, I just sort of hype myself up for it. I don't know why I keep doing this. It's like, something's gonna be really good. I hype myself up for it, and it turns out to flop. Anyway, I hope you enjoyed me just tearing this album to shreds. I told myself if it gets over 45, I will be impressed. They got a 58, so good job. The next album, I honestly don't know. Folklore, Everlore, Fearless, Speak Now, and Taylor Swift. She named one after herself. So 9 albums, I've done 4, I just named the other 5. I did not know she had an album named after herself. I mean, do you need self-validation that you can actually name album? Okay, that was a joke, but why do a lot of artists make their first album named after themselves? Like, there's an album called Rihanna, there's an album called Avril Lavigne, there's an album called Christina Aguilera. Why, did someone just start that? It's like, yo, we have to make our first album named after ourselves, so they know it's us. But, anyway, I hope you enjoyed me just trashing on this album. I guess I can run through it one more time. Okay, we have The Moment, I Knew, we got The Lucky One, Sad, Beautiful, Tragic, Treacherous, which was what this was, I Almost Do, Begin Again, Come Back, Be Here, I Don't Want to Be Here, Holy Ground, Grow at Home, Red, State of Grace, Stay, 22, ooh, oh god, that was awful, State of Grace, Stay, 22, oh, I was right, All Too Well. Into 5, we have The Last Time of Gary Lighty Body. 4, Starlight. Everything Has Changed with Ed Sheeran and Taylor. I Knew You Were Trouble. And We're Never Getting Back Together at the top 1. So I hope you enjoyed this video. I honestly don't know which one's next. Hopefully something better than this. I know there's some still good songs out there. One album has White Horse. One has Back to December. One has whatever popular Taylor Swift song. I don't know, but I'm gonna find a good one. And it's not gonna be trashy like this one. Although I think Reputation's probably gonna be the best one, unless like 5 albums can change it. I've heard Folklore is iffy. No. Evermore is sort of iffy. Folklore, I don't even know. How have I still not heard Cardigan? I don't know. Should I listen to Folklore next? I don't even know. I'll decide that. Probably should go study for that history quiz. That'd be a smart thing to do right now. So, I'll see you guys in another video. Bye, guys. leave suggestions for anything you want to see. And I need to blow my nose. Why are my nose clogged up? Like, what the frick?